This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, the mayor of Hazleton makes a special proclamation for the month of April. Find out what it is next. Welcome to FYI on SSPTV. I'm Ken Cara. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to interact with us online at facebook.com/FYI News 13. Here's tonight's headlines from FYI News 13 and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Today, Hazleton Mayor Joe Iannuzzi made an official proclamation that April is Autism Awareness Month in the city. It's a national event, but the proclamation meant a lot to local families dealing with autism. I spoke with two men representing the group SAFE, supporting autism and families everywhere. I'm here now with Dolphus Tiart and also George Shady, and George Shady, co-founder of SAFE, and Dolphus, you are now executive director. You spoke a lot today about how important this proclamation is. Why is it so important? It's really, what does it mean to the families?
Well, it definitely means that the awareness is up, especially in this area here. And it's a very nice gesture for Hazleton to actually recognize that and get behind us and give us the support we need with autism.
Now, George, you've been in the community, obviously, and to have Hazleton do this right now, does it show how far maybe people have come to recognize this?
Well, it's wonderful, and we've been reaching out to the Hazleton area for a long time. 20 years ago when we started SAFE, most of the diagnosis for our kids ended up in an institution. And thank God for that. Our kids, a lot of them are mainstream. We have a lot of our children who have graduated from college with honors. So we're very proud of the work we've done. And we've started a lot of programs here that have multiplied all over the state and all over the United States, and some even international. So we truly believe in showing people how to do things, showing the systems what works, and they've taken off. And we really are thrilled in this tough environment that the Hazleton area has come up with these donations.
Now, both of you are parents, your children have autism. What is it like? How do you go between roles? Do you have to go between roles from executive director to parent, or is it one and the same?
I think it's one and the same to me. It's just a continuing thing of providing support for others, because we know about the support that we receive and how important it was to me and my family, and how George actually helped us live with autism. So it's very important to let as many people we know about the resources that's out there and how they can actually make their lives better and meet that challenge. And we are examples that there is life, with autism, and that you're not done. It's just a lot of hard work to do, that's all.
And George, let me ask you one more question. You do see a lot of press for autism right now, but what is it that people maybe still don't understand, even though it's maybe more visible now?
Well, our children have talents. Now, that doesn't mean that they're geniuses, but you have to reach them. And one of the most important things that we've done are develop programs for communication, whether it's sign language, the picture system called PECS, or actually teaching them to speak. My son Alex lost his speech at about age 3, and then he got it back through behavioral applications, positive reinforcement. So this is the message we want to send, and that there's help out there, and that you can contact SAFE at any time. You can visit our website, and you'll be surprised all the support that you get. You don't need to stay home. You don't need to be alone. Take your children out. Treat them as you would treat any other child, and you'll be surprised how they respond.
Gentlemen, I appreciate your time today. We'll have more coverage of Autism Awareness Month right here on SSPTV. State Representative Tara Toohill's office also made a presentation today. Now, SSPTV is teaming up with other local businesses and organizations, including our Janine Mazurkevich's Making a Difference Foundation for Autism Awareness Month. So we will have more coverage, as I said. I did an interview today with a young man named Michael Perchak, who has autism, and you'll hear his story and how SAFE helped him soon right here on FYI. Well, 2 free community Easter dinners will be served this weekend in the Hazleton area. The first will be held this Saturday at the Community Bible Fellowship Church, 458 West Spruce Street in Hazleton. A free Easter dinner will be available for eat-in with limited seating available, or for takeout. Delivery is also available to shut-ins. Call 570-436-2061 for delivery. Saturday's dinner will be served from noon until 2 p.m. at Community Bible Fellowship Church in Hazleton. And then on Easter Sunday, a free community Easter dinner will once again be served at Catholic Social Services at 214 West Walnut Street in Hazleton. The dinner will be served from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. The deadline to call for deliveries is this Thursday. For more information or to volunteer, call Catholic Social Services at 570-455-1521. This year's dinner is in loving memory of Ed Scarp. The newly named crown holders from the Miss Greater Hazleton Scholarship Pageant addressed students at Holy Family Academy School in Hazleton. The three young ladies explained the hard work and discipline which led to their success and their platforms or projects that they support. I had the chance to talk with them during their visit.
Scoliosis when life throws you a curve is my platform. It's something that I had gone through. I formerly had a 53-degree curvature of my spine, and now I stand with 2 rods and 20 screws holding my spine in its proper alignment. So I go to schools, I go to really anyone that'll listen and talk about my platform, my journey, and what I've gone through.
So it's a good opportunity for you today. You would
Yes,
really enjoy this.
yes, absolutely. I was diagnosed at the age of 12, so a lot of these students, if they're not going to get, if they didn't get screened yet, then they will be getting screened in the next couple months. So I want them to at least understand a little bit of what it is, and for the younger kids, just take away that, wow, she had a 50-degree curvature, she still was a cheerleader, she still have followed her dreams, moved to New York, and now is carrying a title of Miss Greater Hazleton. So that's what I want them to take away from this.
What was that honor like when you heard your name called? What was the moment like?
It was like a dream. Last year, this was the last pageant my dad got to see me compete in before he passed away from colon cancer. So to be able to be crowned Miss Greater Hazleton, I instantly just started crying the entire time, as many of you saw in the standard speaker. And it's just such a true honor and privilege to be able to represent my community at Miss Pennsylvania.
So tell me about getting into this. Did you ever do anything like this before, going into the scholarship? What was this like?
It's my first time, actually. It was kind of scary, but it was fun.
How do you get ready for something like this? Do you do anything else, like athletics or anything like that? Or
I'm big into theater and singing.
Okay, you did say that. Okay. So how much did that kind of prepare you? You've been on stage before.
I think it helped with the public speaking part of and like the interview and stuff.
Well, how did you get involved with theater? Why was that? Was that something from when you were younger? Or?
I did a show in 2005, and I was 6 years old, and I had a really fun time. And then when I moved to Pennsylvania, one of my friends was like, "Hey, audition for this show." And I was like, "Okay." And then I just loved it, so I stayed.
What show was your first show you did when you were young?
It's a Wonderful Life, the Christmas show.
All right. So you more of the musical type or more of something like that?
I like the musical stuff.
Musical stuff?
Yeah.
How did you get involved with the Miss Greater Hazleton Scholarship Program? How'd you sign up? How'd you know about it?
Well, my mom, when she was younger, she was a pageant girl, and I'm proud to say that I'm following in her footsteps, and it's a lot of fun. And I have a friend who was Miss Hazleton before me, and we were very close, even from a young age, and she truly got me into it.
Who was your friend who was Miss Hazleton?
Emily Sarach.
Okay, so you knew. Oh, yeah, she was at MMI too, right?
Yes, she does go.
Okay.
She's a senior at MMI.
Why would you encourage kids to get involved with this program, or if they're not used to something like this, take a leap and do it?
I think it helps with confidence and your self-esteem. You go up there and the spotlight's on you, and it's a lot of fun, and you truly do feel beautiful. And even though it is a judged competition, just going up and being yourself, that's how you win the title.
All three ladies had a very interesting story. Now, Julia will be part of our Sportscast next week. I was very interested to hear that part of her life, and you'll get to hear it next week right here on FYI. Well, SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker are proud to present a special forum to introduce you to the candidates running for Hazleton City Mayor in the May 19th primary election. This special election forum, entitled Let the People Know, will be broadcast live from our SSPTV studios at 7 p.m. on April 20th. All four primary candidates, Republican incumbent Mayor Joe Yanuzzi, Republican Councilmember Jeff Gassat, and Democratic Councilmember Jack Mundy and Democrat Grace Kuzo, have agreed to participate. Let the People Know will be a 1-hour-long program live April 20th at 7 p.m. with several rebroadcasts throughout the week. The dates and times are up on your screen for that live broadcast. And remember to check out our media partner for continuing coverage of the upcoming primary, plus much, much more. All the news you want to know about in the Standard Speaker and at standardspeaker.com. Coming up next on FYI, we have your local forecast plus our weekly home decorating segment, What's the Sense? Later, Dave Seaman, the sports editor for the Standard Speaker, will give us a behind-the-scenes look at how his staff pick their all-area basketball teams.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Hey, we're back here at the Shop 2 in Hazleton on 11th Street. There are two locations. One is on Broad Street, the other is here on 11th Street. This is the original location, and each and every month we're back with Tamara to tell you about some of these items that are for sale, how you can save money, how you can shop here and actually sell some of your items, right?
Right, and consignment again. What's the sense in consignment? And there's some pretty cool things here. Every room we go in, we just see different things.
Yes.
And little flashbacks. I had a flashback with this little coffee grinder. My mom used to have the same thing. She used to hide the keys in it from my dad. But there's a lot of cool different things here. She has pottery. There's tons of pictures. There's an amazing picture up there that I just had a little heart
Moment.
tug on. But this is cool. This is a table here that could definitely be repurposed.
This is our height. I think we could
Yeah,
have
we could
have tea
Yeah.
down here. What do you think?
There's a couple nicks and all, but as I looked at this underneath, they actually took the bottom of a pedestal table
Right.
and put the top on it, so it's not high.
Right.
It's low, and how perfect for grandchildren
I
and
love
little
this.
kids, or even your living room. Put a bunch of pillows around and relax on your floor instead of sitting on it up at the table. But this is cool, and that mustard seed paint and different things you can do here. Even chalk paint is coming out. I saw it locally. And, I mean, you could paint this any color. There's tons of things on Pinterest you can do. Stencil in it, just paintbrushing it around. But what a cool table for kids.
So they can actually buy it here at the Shop too. And then, Tamara's going to be opening, so you can ask her some questions or have something, that was a consignment item. You could have it refurbished.
Right, and here's another piece over here. How perfect would this be? Just in your foyer or your mudroom, put some baskets under it, organize some shoes. Well, the
Are
gloves.
shoes ever organized?
No, but gloves and hats, you can finally get rid of them, hopefully. But this is cool. Even just color doesn't match. There's so much you can do with paint. So I suggest stopping up. There's so many cool things, so many little memory triggers. You're going to have a flashback somewhere.
Yes. The phone number and the hours on the screen. This location open Wednesday and on the weekends. Join us next week for more fun ideas, saving you money right here on What's the Sense.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
I painted this, isn't it pretty? By now you've probably seen my painting move. So April Fool's, Sam Milsan Jr. shot this masterpiece. It's nice. Now melt. Here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low around 35. You could probably kiss the snow goodbye because on Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 56 degrees on our extended forecast. Skip over to Friday. Look at that, a high of 60. Thursday night, we will get down to 47 degrees, still pretty warm, above freezing. There is a chance of showers. Friday, showers likely again, that high near 60 degrees. And on Friday night, we'll get down to 37. Rain is likely. Saturday, our high will be 44 with a chance of rain. Saturday night, a low of 30. Chance of showers. Sunday, sunny with a high of 46. And for Easter Sunday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 32 degrees. Our weather is brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency with 2 locations to serve you. One location is in Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue, and they have another one in Nescopec on Broad Street. You can call them in Cunningham at 570-788-3543, and in Nescopec you can call at 570-752-7683. Now here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers on FYI. Pick 2, 5-1, pick 3, 181, pick 4, 9343, pick 5, 64994. Come back and hang out with me and Dave Seaman, but first here's a message from Kreitzer Sanitation. Very happy to welcome back Mike Walborn from Kreitzer Sanitation. And today we're going to talk about some of the services you offer residentially, really. And you told me about roll-off service. What does that mean?
We have a roll-off service, which basically means it's a large open-top rectangular container, and they come in 3 different sizes, 10 cubic yard, 20, 30, and 40 cubic yard. We drop them off with a truck, and you can load up, if you're cleaning out a house or whatever your situation, load it all in there, and then we pick it up for you. And, so we do the drop-off service and the pickup service, and we can put it pretty much as long as you have room for it, we can get it in there for you.
Now, some people, including me, might sit there and say, well, can I afford this? Is this realistic for us to go out and maybe do it? Do you try to make it like that? I mean, let's talk about who should really call.
It's very affordable. It's actually the most affordable way to do it. If you try to set it out, if we're not your local hauler or whoever your hauler is, if you tried to set a little bit out each week, you'd get inundated with pricing quickly. So this is by far the most economical way to do it. Anyone. The 10 yards are only about 15 foot long, so they're not huge, and we can get them there. So any person that has a lot of material or wants to do an attic clean out or a basement clean out, or if they've had like a mini flood in their basement or anything like that, we can help out with.
Does this spike during spring? I mean, when people maybe are looking about it like spring cleaning, if you just hit on that a bit.
Absolutely. That's the spike at the time. I would say from, give or take April 1st through probably July, August, it stays pretty steady. Plus, you have the contractors that call us for work too. But the homeowners and that spring cleaning comes as soon as that weather cracks. Yeah, the phone starts ringing.
If you're looking right now at some clutter or that, how can people reach you? What's the best way to get in touch and to start this process?
The best way, to get a hold of us is you can go on the website. It's KreitzerSanitation.com, and all the phone numbers. You can send an email. You could also call 1-866 Kreitzer, KREITZER, and you can call and just schedule service or through the website. You can send an email.
All right, there's an interesting option. I'm always, when you look at that stuff around the house. Spring cleaning time here with Kreitzer Sanitation and FYI.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
It's another Dave Day on the Sportscast. Dave Seaman, welcome back to FYI, the sports editor from the Standard Speaker. And recently in the Standard Speaker newspaper and online, the sports department there released their all-area basketball teams, girls and boys. Bobby Planutis was the boys player of the year, and Mackenzie Uri was the girls player of the year from Hazleton area. Right now, we're going to get a little behind-the-scenes look at how all of that was put together. And if you missed it, you can go online, standardspeaker.com, and check out the teams. And Dave, what did you guys do? What did you look at? Did you all have a big meeting to talk about this?
Yeah, there is like a meeting between the sports staff members, Steve Stallone, myself, Eric Schultz. We get together and we, compare notes, stats, any, highlights of the season that we feel worthy. And we basically submit names that we think, most of the players people would be familiar with. And then it's a matter of putting them, picking the player of the year and the coach of the year first, and then let everything fall into place afterward.
Now, we talked about the two players of the year here on FYI. Let's talk about the coach of the year and why that selection was made.
Well, we picked Scott Hudson for the coach of the year in Monterey area. The shoes that he had to fill were enormous. Mickey Holland was a legend in Monterey area, and he will always be, the face of Monterey area basketball, from 1980s through last season. And to step in there and do what the Bears did this year, to repeat as district champions and then win a game in the state tournament, I think was another successful year at Monterey area.
So winter sports season now in our rear view, and we're hoping to get the spring sports season. Some track meets have happened, but we're waiting for baseball and softball. We're also waiting on the Standard Speaker Spring Sports Preview. That's due out this Friday. Dave, what were you working on? What kind of interest you?
Well, we're looking at the baseball team, softball, tennis, volleyball, track and field. You name it, it's there. Feature stories, all capsules of the local teams. In particular, I was working on the Hazleton area baseball preview. Coach Gino Cara has a veteran team coming back. They're excited about their season. Eric Schultz worked on the softball team, another veteran team coming back. MMI is the defending district champion in Single A in District 2. The Preppers have a lot of players back, so there's a lot of excitement for the teams. And on the track scene, you have Emily Malone coming back, leading a veteran Lady Cougar track and field team. It should be an exciting spring sports season here. That is, if we ever get started.
When we get there, so we'll see what happens there. And Dave, in a few days, I know that you have to make your media request for Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs Media Day out there in Allentown, but I don't know what to do right now because Russ Kanzler might be with the Philadelphia Phillies when all is said and done through spring training. We've seen Russ Kanzler, his bat has really come alive recently. The only thing I haven't seen, Dave, because I don't get to see the Phillies so often when I'm watching spring training baseball, is how he is doing in the field. It seems like he may be used in the outfield with the Philadelphia Phillies, but Russ has a real chance here.
He does, and he has played outfield. He's played third base, first base, that his versatility might pay off in this case. Phillies need a reserve to step in, the right-handed reserve, and he fits that bill. He pounds left-handed pitching. He's done that throughout his career. This might be the best chance for Russ, and it's probably the best spring that he's ever had. Like you said, he has been hitting well. Prior to Monday, he went 5 straight games where he had at least 1 hit. He had a monster home run against Detroit to an established pitcher in Sanchez from the Tigers, and he just looks confident at the plate, watching video clips and watching highlights, and whatever he does, he's going to put his best foot forward, and it's his chance. I think this is the time Russ is really going to make an opening day roster.
Dave, before you go, my bracket busted, but Kentucky's still alive. You think they get the 40-0?
I think they do. The game against Wisconsin is going to be close. Will be as close as Notre Dame game. Can't be any closer because it's one of the best basketball games we've seen in the last several years.
Well, Dave, thanks for stopping by. Looking forward to future conversations with Dave because the Blue-White game is just around the corner for Penn State football.
It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95 plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Surviving Together, the American Cancer Society Greater Hazleton Unit Support Group is holding its first meeting of the year Thursday, April 9th at 6 p.m. at Perkins Family Restaurant. Topic will be peripheral neuropathy. All patients and families are encouraged to attend. For more information, please call 570-454-4598. And finally, the Anthracite Region Center for Independent Living, known as ARCEL, will be holding a presentation on Thursday, April 9th from 6 to 8 p.m. in their community room located inside the Markle Building. The topic will be What's Out There After Leaving School, with information on Trace, Avenues, Keystone Job Corps, and CTC. For more information, please call 570-455-9800. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Eugene G. Drasher of Drums. Memorial will be held at a later date and announced by the Harmon Funeral Home. Harvey Selko of Cunningham. The Dobies Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Anna Mae Tulanowski of Freeland. The McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home will announce complete arrangements. Doris E. Stepansky of Freeland. Services will be held Friday at 11 a.m. in the Presbyterian Church. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home and Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the church. And Doris E. Sturdivant of Weatherly. Graveside service will be held Friday at 11 a.m. in the Union Cemetery. Arrangements are by the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home.
With the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, and today we are talking about the 33rd Annual Great PA Cleanup being held this year on Saturday, April 25th. This is a great opportunity for you to show your community spirit and take pride in your area. If you're a church, if you're a youth group, if you've got a civic organization, if you're a business person, you just want to clean up the area around your business. If you're someone who's looking for some community service hours, this is a great opportunity for you to get involved, make a difference in your area, come out and help us clean up all of the litter that accumulates over the winter, especially with the winter we've had this year. The roads are in terrible condition as far as litter goes. So we always have a huge crew of volunteers that come out and help. And once again, we're seeking the community's help and support in this event. If you're interested in helping, we supply you with all of the materials, with the gloves and the vests and the garbage bags to come and pick up the garbage on the sides of the roads or clean up a local park, a playground, any area that you can imagine that needs cleanup. We need help in doing so. You can find the information on our chamber website at hazletonchamber.org.
Thank you for watching FYI on this April Fool's Day. I couldn't come up with anything funny during the break, so I apologize. Enjoy it the rest of the day. We'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.